Assemble! Stay dandy, baby. A brand new anime season is here, which means a lot of brand new experimental shows, and it looks like Crunchyroll is finally going to start to get some original animation content, and that's going to come in the form of the brand new series, The Tower of God, which is based on a South Korean webtoon, and I know absolutely nothing about it. This is a series that I pretty much went into 99.9% completely blind on. I didn't know what the premise was going to be. I didn't really look at any previews. I just saw that a brand new series started. A lot of people are talking about it, so I wanted to check it out because frankly, I've had a lot of free time, what with the whole coronavirus pandemic going on, and I've been spending a lot of time watching a lot of anime series that I've never seen before on Netflix, and I've sort of broadened my anime horizons over the course of the last couple of weeks. I've been watching a lot of shows that I typically don't watch. One of which is going to be coming up very soon. I am going to be reviewing an anime series of something that I thought that I would never ever watch. It's an older series that came out in 2011, but stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming very soon. But let's get back on track here. The Tower of God. Brand new anime series that makes practically no freaking sense. It's an intentionally cryptic kind of anime series with a premise that has kind of an interesting hook. Apparently it's all about this young boy who goes by the name of, and I'm going to try and pronounce this, but no promises here. I believe his name is pronounced Bomb, but it's spelled Bam, like the sound effect, or Bam Margera. Like, that's basically what his name is, and he is going to this mystical tower known as the Tower of God, where if you make your way to the top, you can apparently get some sort of wish or learn the secrets and truths of the universe. It's intentionally kind of mysterious. It's this ultimate prize that one can attain, except that this tower is filled with all of these challenges. It looks like each floor is going to have some sort of test for our characters, our heroes, our group, whatever they're going to be, to sort of overcome. And this is a series that pretty much has no rules in what it looks like it's actually going to do. It's like a mixture of everything from fantasy to sci-fi to drama. A little bit of everything is going to be in this series. And the first episode just had me scratching my head the entire time. It's one of those shows that when you watch it, you kind of just have to accept it for what it is. It seems like the type of series that is definitely going to expand a lot as it goes on. It looks like there's going to be a lot of really deep lore for this series. But, like I said, it's all about the character of Bomb, who is trying to make his way to the top of the tower so that he can see his friend again, a girl who goes by the name of Rachel, who died of some random mysteriousness. He himself is going to do whatever he can do to get to the top of the tower, whether that means meeting a lot of interesting characters or even going through these crazy tests. And we get to see a couple of those in the very first episode of the series as he makes his way through the tower. Before you actually are given entry to the Tower of the Gods, you actually have to go through these smaller tests, which are absolutely batshit insane, where he has to go into this like massive arena filled with this giant eel-like monster, which is protecting a steel ball that he has to destroy while avoiding getting eaten by like this giant creature. Again, they don't explain anything, they just sort of like throw you right into it. The entire test is actually regulated by some sort of weird freaky bunny monster. There's some random princess from a random kingdom who pops up to provide the main character with a sword, which allows him to be empowered by some weird spirit within. There's a lot of shit that's just thrown at you in like the first 10 minutes of the entire series. But I was intrigued mostly because of the art style. I really do like it. The animation is good for the most part. It's not going to be reinventing the wheel or anything, but I really do love the overall visual style of the show, which is very heavy on the line work, very sketchy, and of course very colorful. Everything really seems to pop. I'm not really a big fan of the main character himself. Bomb just kind of looks like your own generic like main anime character. There's nothing really all that distinctive about either him or his personality. He's just a guy with a goal who wants to get things done. I'm sure this is all going to evolve as the series goes on because there is an intro, which is pretty banging. I have to admit, I do like the song, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of other characters who are going to be joining him in his journey as they make their way to the top of the tower. Really, this is the type of series that I think is really going to be determined by just how creative it can get. With each challenge, each layer of this tower is going to be something kind of unique. And this is going to sound really strange. It kind of reminds me of this like recent Cartoon Network series that I watched, this cartoon series which is called Infinity Train. It's kind of like the same concept of where it's this long object or this like giant structure you have to make your way through that while on the outside might seem kind of normal, each layer is kind of like its very own world and place to explore. And that sort of opens up a lot of possibilities for where ultimately this show could go. Like I said, the first episode is basically just sort of introducing the character, getting us like right up to speed about what's going on, but not really introducing us to this world. They just sort of throw you right into it and you have to accept it. There's also the fact that Baum himself actually does manage to go through the first test, and then he's thrown into this like massive wheat field where the next test is going to involve him and 400 other opponents, and the rule of this test is that they all have to get whittled down to 200, so basically it just transformed into a giant death match. Luckily, he now has a sword, which he can use to fight back, but this is where we get to see that there are no rules at all. Like, there's all types of crazy characters here. There's four-armed monsters, giant beasts, warriors, snipers, a really cool-looking dinosaur dude, and of course, the distinctive side character. You know that they're going to be important because they have super distinctive designs, which make them look like the main characters of the series. The first episode does a pretty good job of hooking you in what the entire show is going to be about, but there is just so much room for growth in a show like the Tower of the Gods. Overall, I think the episode, the first one, was pretty good, but what's the rundown on the first episode of Tower of the Gods? A little overwhelming. I have to be perfectly honest. It's not too often that I go into a show with very little research. I basically have been seeing a few previews for this on YouTube, and then I did a little research just learning that it's based on a South Korean webtoon, and then I just sort of jumped into this episode right here. And it's been a long time since I've done like just single weekly reviews of series, but I just really wanted to talk about this one because I got a lot of time on my hands, and I could get this review out really quick. And so far, the series is not completely blowing me away. Again, I think this is going to be one of those slow burn kind of anime series, one that you really have to kind of stick with in order to appreciate. It's the type of thing where the first episode didn't like exactly like just floor me or anything, but I have a feeling it'll make more sense and I'll appreciate it more if I follow through with the series and see what it's actually going to try and pull off in the future. Like I said, the main character's kind of stock, and I'm not really into him all that much, but I'm just kind of interested in this world now. Like, I really want to learn a little bit more about it, why the Tower of the Gods is a big deal. Does it take place in the real world, and this character Baum just suddenly found himself in the middle of this magical place he knew nothing about? Is he used to seeing all of these weird monster people all the time? I want to learn more about this universe, which seems actually kind of intriguing, and this whole Tower of Gods concept. Like I said, they don't give you any definitive answers. They just sort of toss you right into the fire in the first episode, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know, I just feel like maybe there should have been something a little bit more of a hook in the first episode. There were some really great looking moments, and I do like some of the character designs, especially of the side characters and all the monsters, and the overall like look and feel of the series. The colors and everything just really does explode off the screen in the very first episode. It's a, dare I say, kind of a gorgeous looking show. Of course, there are a few things that don't look all that great, but overall, what a weird first episode. That's really all I have to say on this one. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on this one, and most importantly, I would love to get yours, so make sure to sound off in the comment section below if you watched the very first episode of Tower of the Gods, if you've ever read the original series, or watched the webtoon, or whatever that thing is. If you have any like prior knowledge of Tower of the Gods, let's talk about it in the comment section below, talking about this episode, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you hope to see for the future, and of course, like I said, it's a brand new anime season. If there are any shows that you guys want me to check out, please put requests in the comment section below. I would love to take a look at a lot of new shows. Stay tuned to the channel. Like I said, I have a lot of weird random reviews coming out, a lot of things that I'm catching up on. I'm getting back to the Boruto anime series very soon. Hopefully in the next week I'll finally be catching up with that because they're finally moving on to some big stuff there. There's a few other projects. The Nerdcast is also going to be coming back again this week. So there's a lot of momentum right now. I know a lot of people are staying at home and they're quarantined, and this seems kind of like a good opportunity to sort of get back up on that horse and deliver some content for you guys who are stuck at home right now. But there it is. That's my thoughts on it. If I had to give the first episode like a score, I don't know, it's a 3 out of 5. It's good, it has some problems, and it just made me scratch my head a lot, and I'm just confused. That's really it. This is the type of thing, though, it could change in the future, the more I watch the show to see what's actually going to happen. I'm kind of interested to see what's next. So yeah, just kind of an average first episode, but still something that's entertaining nonetheless, and something that could hook a number of viewers. Your thoughts may differ. Like I said, tell me why in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching this review. If you want to help support the channel, continue to watch these videos, share them with your friends, please hit the like button. It's super easy to do, and it helps out these videos a lot. If you guys want to go the extra mile, just check out my PayPal, my Patreon account. You'll find links for all that stuff in the comment section below. I can't tell you how important that is right now with everything that's going on. And remember, a little bit goes a long way, so I would appreciate any donations. But again, best way to support the channel is just to continue watching. So I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.